The next thing on the agenda, we're going to have a story of Vishu. So today's program is actually a combination of the Tamil Nadu who are celebrating their New Year, and Kerala, where the Malayalis are celebrating the Vishu. So it's always happened in the same day. And since there are not too many Tamils or the Malayalis in Beijing, we decided to combine this event together, and it turned out so amazing that the third or fourth day of our announcement, all the seats were sold out. And then many people were very disappointed, and we managed to make it a little bit more.
First day of month called Medam. The word Vishu, which means equal in Sanskrit, ushers in spring equinox. On this day, devotees visit temples and offer their prayer to Lord Krishna, who is worshipped on this day. People also visit Shabarimala Ayyappan Temple, Guruvayur Sri Krishna Temple, or the Kalkipura Sri Balas Shasta Temple to have Vishu Kanikarsha in the early hours of the day. The festival is marked by family time, preparing colorful auspicious items and viewing these as the first thing on Vishu Day. In particular, Malayalis seek to be the golden blossoms of the Indian Laban of Kanikulma, money or silver items, and rice. The day also attracts firework play by children wearing new clothes called Puthandu and eating a special meal called Sadhya. The Vishu arrangement typically includes an image of Vishnu, typically in the form of Krishna. The Malayalam word Kani literally means that which is seen first. So Vishu Kani means that which is seen first in Vishu. The traditional belief is that one's future is a function of what one experiences. That the new year will be better if one views auspicious joyful things as the first thing on Vishu. Therefore, Malayali Hindu women spend the day before preparing a setting, usually a tray of auspicious items. This setting is the first thing they see when they wake up on the Vishu day. The Vishu Kani setting consists of items such as rice, golden lemon, golden cucumber, coconut cut open, jackfruit, Kanmashir kajal, metal leaves, arakya nut, metal liver, or walkanadi, golden yellow puna flowers, which bloom in the season of Vishu, holy Hindu texts, callings or currency. It has been that one of the members of the house, typically the mom or the elderly person, lights up the lamps at dawn, then goes to each member of her family one by one, blindfolds and wakes each one up, walks them to the front of the setting. She then releases the blindfold so one can see the setting, and then greets the Vishu day. The tradition of buying of new clothes for the occasion of Vishu is called Pudukodi or Vishu Kodi. There is also a popular tradition of elders giving money to younger ones or dependents of the family. This is called Vishu Kaiyettu. Another tradition is giving alms and contributing to community charity. Children often enjoy setting firecrackers. Vishu symbolizes the beginning of the spring season. Vishu, a Hindu festival, is celebrated in Kerala as the harvest festival and the astrological new year of the Malayalis. Vishu indicates a movement of the sun to Aries and marks the day from which farmers begin the plowing of land and other agricultural activities. Several mythological tales are related to the celebration of Vishu, and as per one such story, Vishu is the day when Lord Krishna killed Narakasura, a demon. As per another belief, Vishu celebration never allowed Suryadev or the sun god to rise from the east. It was on the day of Vishu, after the death of Ravana, the sun or Suryadev started to rise from the east. Since then, Vishu is celebrated with great zeal.
Puthandu Vazthukal. Please be seated.
பிள்ளையார் கோயில் கொண்ட இடம் திருச்சி மலையிலே அச்சம் நீங்கவும் ஆனந்தம் பெருகவும் அவன்தான் மனதிலே. உச்சி பிள்ளையார் கோவில் கொண்ட இடம் திருச்சி மலையிலே அச்சம் நீங்கவும் ஆனந்தம் பெருகவும் அவன்தான் மனதிலே. சச்சிதானந்த சத்குருவாகிய நிமலன் புவி தந்தையான பிதாயுமான திருநகரம். சச்சிதானந்த சத்குருவாகிய நிமலன் புவி தந்தையான பிதாயுமான திருநகரம். அச்சுதன் மனம் மன்றினாய் மகிழ் மருகன். அச்சுதன் மனம் மன்றினாள் மகிழ் மருகன். எங்கள் ஆணை முகம் கொண்ட ஆதிநாதனாம் இறைவன். அந்த உச்சி பிள்ளையார் கோவில் கொண்ட இடம் திருச்சி மலையிலே நம் அச்சம் நீங்கவும் ஆனந்தம் பெருகவும் அவன்தான் மனதிலே. பாடுதலும் அடி பரவுதலும் தொழிலாகும். உனை நாடுதலும் அருள் நல்குதலும் நினைவாகும். பாடுதலும் அடி பரவுதலும் தொழிலாகும். உனை நாடுதலும் அருள் நல்குதலும் நினைவாகும். கூடுதலும் கரம் கூப்புதலும் நமதெண்ணம். கூடுதலும் கரம் கூப்புதலும் நமதெண்ணம். வினை ஓடுதலும் பகை ஒழுங்குதலும் இனி திண்ணம். அந்த உச்சி பிள்ளையார் கோவில் கொண்ட இடம் திருச்சி மலையிலே நம் அச்சம் நீங்கவும் ஆனந்தம் பெருகவும் அமர்ந்தார் மனதிலே. உச்சி பிள்ளையார் கோவில் கொண்ட இடம் திருச்சி மலையிலே நம் அச்சம் நீங்கவும் ஆனந்தம் பெருகவும் அமர்ந்தார் மனதிலே.
On the item, I would like to invite Atul to come to the stage.
എല്ലാവർക്കും ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ വിഷുദിന ആശംസകൾ. A very happy Vishu to all and also a very happy Tamil Puthandu to all. So I stand here deputizing for Suresh Vermaji from Beijing Malayalee Association. He is the most enthusiastic person of our association who couldn't make it here today because of the COVID restrictions. He is from Wuxi, but still was involved completely in organizing today's event through his remote presence over WeChat. So he has sent us a message. So we'll be now playing that message. Over to the video.
മലയാളികൾക്കും വിഷുവാശംസകൾ പുത്താണ്ട് വാഴ്ത്തുകൾ to our Tamil Makkal. This week and in April we have a plethora of festivals being celebrated in India and abroad. And as part of these festivals, I welcome you to celebrate two very important South Indian festivals for us, the Tamil New Year and Vishu. You know, these events hold more meaning for us now since we have been not able to go home for more than 2 years. We are separated from families. And I'm grateful to be able to contribute in a small way to bring us all together, to continue our traditions and celebrate our cultures, even though we are so far away from home. I hope you have a lovely day today at the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Auditorium at the Embassy. Unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, I have not been able to travel to Beijing, and for the first time in 10 years of my stay in China, I will be missing this event. So I'm quite sad about it, so please remember me while I'm in Sunday. Looking forward to reduced travel restrictions and to be able to catch up with you all, and I'll leave you now in the capable hands of Atul and Raja sir for the rest of the afternoon, and I hope that you will enjoy this event. Thank you.
Also the Beijing Malayalee Association சார்பாக எல்லோருக்கும் எமது இனிய புத்தாண்டு வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். I'm not going to speak all the way in Tamil, don't worry. So also what I was saying on behalf of the BTS, the Beijing Tamil Sangamam and the Malayalee Association, this is the first time we combined our effort in making it into a big celebration. Because all this happens at the same time, same day. So I welcome you each and everyone for coming and being part of this festival, this celebration. And Atul and Suresh already told you about the Malayali part of the story. So I'm just going to continue. While we are still in the middle of the pandemic, some part of the country still continues to battle the pandemic. But Beijing has done a great work to contain the spread of the virus and normalizing our lives so we could come together and celebrate today's event. I know very well the pandemic is not over yet. Our students haven't returned, our wives and husbands and loved ones are not quite united. But I know by looking at all of you gathered here today, I'm confident soon we will get back our normal life in Beijing. Beijing Tamil Sangamam, or BTS as we call, is an informal, not-for-profit organization of worldwide Tamil-speaking communities working, studying, living in Beijing. We have been observing our Tamil cultural events since 2011 by celebrating Tamil New Year, Thai Pongal, Deepavali, to name a few. This gives us the opportunity to meet together and exchange greetings, provide a platform to conduct cultural activities, and namely to enjoy our traditional Tamil South Indian cuisines, otherwise very hard to find in China. For the records, today's event celebration will mark the BTS 37th event. Apparently today's event was sold out, as I said, within a few days, and today almost 140 people and children are here gathered. Let me acknowledge a few facts and truths that made this event possible. First of all, this celebration cannot be materialized without the blessing and support of the Embassy of India and their officers. They're all salute. Yeah. They are our biggest sponsor and supporter of allowing us to utilize this magnificent facility, this auditorium, without any charge. And if we have to go and rent this kind of place elsewhere, it would have cost us a lot of money. So we use all your money on the food. Be happy. Second, I would like to thank our India kitchen. They are still busy, but I will make sure that she hear me and to tell her they worked very, very hard. You won't believe how much difficulty they had to go through to bring the banana leaves. They don't grow in Beijing. And during the pandemic, most of the freight forwarding companies are shut down, and they succeeded. See, all the banana leaves are there. So I really need to thank them. And if time permits, and if time permits, we will show a video of how the banana leaf, the food is served and all that, but it may not necessarily happen, but most of you already know. Third is our devoted and hardworking volunteers here, Manoj and Mahesh and SK, Shiva, just to name a few, and many of the Malayalee Association members working hard to make this event a success. Really need to thank them. Today you will be witnessing cultural shows put together by the BMA, Beijing Malayalee Association volunteers. Unfortunately, Mr. Suresh Verma, the icon you saw, is not here, but he will be listening to what we are saying. And a big thank you, Suresh. Without you, we couldn't have organized this event. And I hope you will enjoy the food and the program. In addition to all this fun, we are honored and privileged to have His Excellency Mr. Pradeep Kumar Rawat, the Ambassador, and Madam Rawat, together with Dr. Akino Viman, and Shan Subramaniam there. And then we have Mr. and Mrs. Yoganathan here from Sri Lanka, DCM. Shan is from Malaysia, DCM. So we have, and also Mr. Subhas Gujjar from Mauritius Embassy, DCM from Mauritius. Before I turn the podium to the ambassador, please allow me to give a brief introduction. Ambassador Rawat joined the Indian Foreign Services in 1990. He had to learn Mandarin Chinese as his foreign language and served in Hong Kong and Beijing between 1992 and 1997. He returned to Delhi in 1997 and served in the East Asia Division for over 3 years. Then he served as the first Secretary of Indian Mission in Mauritius. Ambassador Rawat started his second tenure in Beijing in 2003 as a counselor and ended 2007 as a Deputy Chief of Mission. Ambassador Rawat returned to the Ministry of External Affairs and worked as a director for the East Asia Division between 2007 and 2009, and thereafter he was deputation to South Asian University for 10 months. He then served as a Joint Secretary of East Asia in the Ministry of External Affairs, New Delhi, from 2014 and 2017. Ambassador Rawat served as an ambassador of India to Indonesia and Timor-Leste from September 2017, December, and 2020, and ambassador to India to the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and the permanent representative of India to the Organization of the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, the OPCW, from January 2021 to February 2022. And he is now our ambassador here. And he speaks very fluent Chinese. Please join me with a round of applause to request His Excellency, Ambassador Rawat, to address the audience on this auspicious day of Vishu and the Tamil New Year. Thank you and happy Vishu, happy Tamil New Year. Nandri, Vanakkam, Namaskaram.
Mr. Raja was reading my biodata. I felt actually I'm very old. So maybe I must cut short or abridge my biodata so that once, maybe it's better to go backwards, that Mr. Rawat will retire in so many years and which will be much shorter. First of all, it's a very important occasion, and I tried to memorize. I don't know whether I would be pronouncing it right. Puthandu Vazthukal. Yeah. Puthandu Vazthukal. And I think I must do justice to our friend from Kerala. Is Vishu Dina Vaskaman. No. Asham Sakal. Okay. Sorry. that shows that I'm really growing old. Yeah. It's a very unique day in many ways because it brings out the unity in diversity of which India is very proud. Because this day, which is a New Year day for Tamil people from Tamil Nadu and Tamil people from India and other parts of the world, for Malayali people, but it also is a New Year in a area which is north of India, Vaisakhi. This day is also celebrated as New Year in many parts of northeast of India. So it's one of those days where India celebrates New Year in different colors and with different rituals. One great thing about India is that we never stop celebrating and we always find one excuse or another excuse to celebrate, and it also actually reflects that we keep celebrating this New Year throughout the year. So in a sense, some parts will celebrate New Year, which I think a large part of the world celebrates, which is the 31st of a year. But then the series starts. I think sometimes there is a dispute also in Tamil Nadu whether the January Pongal is a New Year or this is a New Year. So we celebrate both. In a sense, what's the harm? Because celebration which is in a way essence of life. You celebrate the birth when the new life comes, and it's also quite interesting that if you leave this world at a ripe age, I am told that if you have seen great grandchildren and if you leave this world, even passing away from this world is celebrated in a way that somebody had a full life. So India and celebration, I think, is you can say two sides of the same coin. And I'm very happy that today I have the opportunity, and I speak for my wife also, that we have this opportunity to once again celebrate a festival with all of you. And I know that we are passing through a different time. We saw one sample of Mr. Suresh not being able to join us in person. Mr. Raja mentioned that many of you are celebrating this festival separated from your families. It's a very different world we live, but then again, as is the case with Indian philosophy, that there is nothing which is uniformly good, there's similarly nothing which is uniformly bad. So as Mr. Raja mentioned, that because of the COVID, at least we have been able to come together and celebrate New Year of two communities together. I'm sure during these difficult period, there must be many heartwarming stories where people would have supported each other in many ways, because since your families can't visit, your neighbors, your friends, members of your community, they become your family. So that's the positive side, because we end up discovering the goodness of a human being during these difficult times. So I take this opportunity and wish you all a very happy New Year, and pray that maybe this New Year we will see better days, because the last year is certainly ending on a very difficult note, because pandemic and the lockdowns have hit us once again. I hope that these difficulties should lessen, and wish that you reunite with your families, and hopefully to see most of you with your families in larger number when we are planning for the new year next year. Once again, thank you very much.
Our next on the agenda, there is a dance, and Atul, you have to come and make an introduction. So they have worked very hard to put together this cultural show, and please tell us all about it.
But next we have two volunteers of Beijing Malayalee Association who are going to present for us one of the iconic songs associated with this festival and a dance performance on the song. So I'd invite Rani and Rinsi onto the stage. They will introduce themselves and about the performance before they begin.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Rani. I'm working in international school as a biology teacher, and she's my daughter and she's studying in Beijing International School. Yeah.
I'm very happy to be here, and I wish you all a happy Vishu and Nandi Namaskar.
എല്ലാവർക്കും ഞങ്ങളുടെ വിഷു ആശംസകൾ കൂടാം. Okay, happy Vishu to everyone.
is amazing. We got a winner and she's not even, how old are you? And she's not even 10, a 9-year-old won the present. You Malayalis must be very, very, very proud of that. Huh? Thank you very much and come again for our future events. Okay? Right. Give our gratitude and our appreciation for the wonderful food. She is the one in charge of the India kitchen, and they work day and night from yesterday to today. Her name is Lenny, and the India kitchen is somewhere very close to the Puthandu. Right. And she so good and spent all this time, and she has been doing this for many, many years. So she knows the taste, our requirement, and what we expect. And what do you think about the food today? All right. Is it really? Some of you are not even saying anything. Is it, how is the food? That's it? Most of you have enjoyed it, and I hope that everyone will join and have a good time. So, on behalf of Dr. Reddy's, I would like to present this to you. Yeah, thank you very much.